It's true. This really is a masterpiece.
Is it true what they say? Is Baneland really
How
dead?
come you're able to live together?
Huh? Why wouldn't we?
Because Brennans and Danans are so different.
Well, we do have our differences. I can use astral arts, for example, while he, as a Danan, cannot. But my friend here can move much faster than me, and he has a splendid singing voice.
Well, your sculptures are beautiful enough to adorn the palace.
There's more to appreciate in our differences than find fault in.
Plus, differences in our individual abilities mean little in the course of day-to-day life.
I don't understand.
Well, we certainly take a different approach around here. I could see it being confusing if you're not used to it.
It looks to me like you're friends with Lord Dohalim. Maybe you could talk to him as well. Lord Dohalim is the only reason we're able to live like this in the first place. It's all thanks to him.
Really?
That is what they say. What do you think, Nazamil? Are you starting to see how things work around here?
I can see that Renans and Danans get along with each other, even if I still don't understand why.
Could you see yourself?
Yeah, I guess when you grew
Yeah.
up in a environment where
feel
people are
safer.
only ever racist. And yeah, I usually don't like fish either. But if it's done really well, then maybe there's some exceptions.
Lord Dohalim, and the rest of our heroes.
It'd be nice if there was an auto advance button.
I'd have prepared a better welcome.
That is not necessary. I no longer rule Menencia after all.
I'm gonna go into the volume mixer here. Oh, I closed it earlier. So I need to open a new and turn it up like 1 notch. Something. To like here. I don't even notice a difference.
More importantly, we have a request.
I'd be happy to do anything in my power, of course.
This is Nazamil. We'd like you to arrange for her to be able to live here.
Understood?
Aren't you going to ask if I'm Renan or Danan?
They'll ask during the formal procedures. Not that it matters much. There is one thing that matters, however. Whether or not you agree with this realm's ideals. Well, what do you say? Can you
Are you just about
interact
to-
with those different from yourself without prejudice?
Imagine if he just asks her like an opinionated question on like the most unhinged thing.
I'm not sure yet, but I think it's nice that the Renans and Danans here don't fight.
That's good enough for me. There is a screening process, but I'm sure you'll be fine. Recently, many Danans and Renans have tried to move here for our realm's abundance, yet they take issue with our principle of coexistence. That's why I'm more than prepared to defend our ideals. Oh, but I'm getting ahead of myself. A room at Autalina Palace will be provided until she has her official residence.
At the palace? Not at the inn?
It's a good way to make use of our many spacious rooms. The palace is now public property after all. We'll show her the way there.
I appreciate that. Oh, by the way, Lagiel was wondering when you'd be coming back.
Lagiel? Understood. I'll go check on her later.
Don't Alphen and the others also live here?
Only Kisara and Rinwell at the moment. Alphen and Shion are always traveling.
Where, like, I assume that Dohalim still, like, considers this his home as well. Where's Law living? Like, I forget, I think it was in the snowy area that Rinwell had a cabin. I guess she's living here now. Did Law have a place there? I'm forgetting the name of the place, but, you know, where he would have been staying with his dear old dad.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, like, I would imagine it would have
Where
to be
is it,
somewhere in the
Nazamil?
snowy area then. Like, oh, I can hold that button and see stuff. Which, speaking of, I guess I'm not all the way recovered. I'll just do that, sure. Sounds good to me. So, I head in here now, right? Open the gates? But yeah. Yeah. Wait.
Kisara and Doha
Oh, what if we originally been
living
from there?
together in the palace, huh?
I myself
Yeah,
am simply
may well
being
be
provided
right.
a room.
By who? Kisara?
What did you just say?
Hold on. Oh god. Okay. Just kind of overwhelmed with the where exactly is this for a hot second. I do wish it showed on the map, like the marker of which door you have to go through to get to where you need to go, instead of having to figure it out yourself, you know. I still think it's a really beautiful game. Yeah. I remember that now that you're mentioning it. It is suddenly familiar. Hi, the man behind the slaughter, purple guy. Oh, so we can't go into the room yet? Oh, I'm sorry, but we're still getting it ready. We should be finished any moment, though. All right, thank you. There you have it. Let's keep waiting in the palace. Thanks, purple guy. We thought it's a shame that Matt Mercer was not nominated among the top voice actors of the Game Awards. He wasn't. I didn't even realize that top actors was a thing.
Or compose
The Game
a poem,
Awards.
perhaps. That can really make the hours fly by.
How about going to the courtyard? It'll be easier that way if someone comes calling.
Wish there was markers on the map and stuff. So, like... Can I just jump this, though? Like... Oh, that is so rigged, man. Sucks to suck. I guess I'll just go down the stairs. But yeah, I don't follow a whole lot of stuff with the Game Awards. I've seen, like, some mentions of things online. Like, I saw it circulating around the platform formerly known as Twitter, that apparently, in terms of, like, the best soundtracks, that Octopath Traveler 2 was not one on the list. It's like, what? But how? Apparently one of the ones that was nominated for it was Tears of the Kingdom, because of course it was. I think there was one in-game theme that I liked from Tears of the Kingdom. There were so many trailer themes I like. Okay, maybe two. I like what they did with Sidon's theme as well. My favorite theme is Colgera's theme. Colgera's theme, that slaps. Yeah, that was real good there. I don't think I can remember literally any other theme from Tears of the Kingdom. It was kind of like Breath of the Wild in that its soundtrack was not really very present like at all from that. Oh yeah, did they change the Talus theme in Tears of the Kingdom compared to Breath of the Wild? I don't remember. My memories tell me that it might have been combined with like the battle theme because they started having bokoblins on them and they kind of combined the two themes. That's what my memories tell me, but I could be having fake memories here. But, you know, for the most part, it's the kind of thing where it's like the soundtrack is really not very present and there's not really a whole lot of, there's not a massive ton of standout themes that I'm gonna be remembering afterwards, because like the only theme that I can remember is the Colgera theme. Really. But, you know, being as big a title of it as it is, of course it's, and being a Zelda game, something that's typically well known for music, of course it's gonna get nominated for like soundtrack, and you know, of course it's gonna get a whole lot of votes, and I'm gonna be there scratching my head like, huh? But why? The Demon Dragon theme. I don't think I can. Well, but here's the real question. Will it be familiar to me if... Where's my mouse cursor if I play it? Oh, I need to alt-tab off the game. Hold on. Was that one that I said was really good when we were doing it? Hold on. Tears of the Kingdom Demon Dragon OST. Hold on. Okay. And luckily, I don't have to worry about, you know, something like Tears of the Kingdom music causing me copyright issues. And yeah, Tales of Arise indeed. How's the gameplay? It's fun, but I'm still getting the hang of it because it's been like 2 years since I last played. Yeah, remix of the trailer theme, right? Which is what Breath of the Wild did as well. It remixed the trailer theme that I wish had more presence within the game itself. Oh, let's skip ahead a little bit. Yeah, this is good. And it's a lot better than the Breath of the Wild final battle theme, in my opinion. The big problem, well, there was two big problems I had with the Breath of the Wild final battle theme. One was that it used a leitmotif that was meant to have a lot of meaning to us at that point, but it just didn't because it wasn't really present during the game. It was just present during the trailer for the most part. It did exist in other cases in the game, but like in barely noticeable ways. But the thing about the theme itself that I wasn't a big fan of was the piano player literally having like a seizure in the background to the point that it wasn't even in time with like the foreground music. This one just flows though. This is good. Gonna skip ahead a little bit again. I do wish that these themes had a little bit more presence throughout the game. Same with like the, Breath of the Wild final battle theme. But yeah, this is good. That's some good music right there. Not gonna lie. Yeah. Haven't seen a TGA nominee? For which? For, like, we were just talking about the Game Awards stuff in general for, like, a whole bunch of stuff. I've heard about, like, some situations. Like, we were just talking about the soundtrack a little bit. But, I don't really follow a whole lot of Game Awards stuff. I'm not really a big fan of the Game Awards because it's not really, crowning achievements for what the actual best games are. It's crowning achievements for what the most popular games are and calling them, like, the best games in these categories, when really all it is a sign of popularity, because people are just gonna vote for whichever one of the games that they've played, and most people will probably have only played like one game in each category and then vote for that. So it's more indicative of like sales and player numbers than game quality. Yeah, I guess that's fair, but yeah. Hey, when are they going to build our house? Our home will take some time to build, my boy. We have little choice but to remain here until the work is done. Defeat Ganon.
Well...
Hey, question. It'll take so much time. You have any idea how long it takes to build a house? Not a special structure, not just a run-of-the-mill house. Link must defeat Ganon first, you see. That's why we moved here from Pelegion, my boy. Well, we were also drawn here by Menancia's ideal of coexistence, of course.
Oh,
yeah? For some people, like I, with a channel like this, I like to imagine that I really try to look at games for, really observe the finer details and try to analyze them and stuff like that, as we do around here. But, I know that that's not really the case with a whole lot of people, and I wouldn't feel like, I'm not gonna vote for anything Game Awards wise, and I still wouldn't even feel like it would be right voting for anything Game Awards wise, unless I had actually played all the games in the category, or at least was like very familiar with them, that I could go in with like a strong enough feel of like, yeah, I think I have a good idea of how, this goes. Like, for example, I've never played Spider-Man 2. But I watched all the cutscenes of it and seen a decent bit of gameplay because, I wanted to know more about that game. I was like, okay, I feel like I have a pretty good understanding, and that seems like a pretty dang fine video game right there that I would play if I had a PS5, but I don't, and I'm in no rush to get one because the GameCube's already crazy enough here as is, and I don't need the excuse to make it busier. Unique construction, you say? How so? The first one came to PC, so maybe I'll just play them both on PC one day. I could definitely see myself doing that. There's an institution for instructing the youth. I intend to live and work there as a teacher. I want to build a place where Renan and Dan and children alike can receive an education.
great.
What a wonderful idea. You came all the way to Vicent to do that. Yeah, I've heard about that being on PC, but, when 2 comes to it later, I could maybe see myself doing it. I'm sure it'll be a trilogy, but, the GameCube's crazy enough that it's like, I'm in no rush. I'd play things right on release date if I can, just because it's like, hey, that's when they're trending. That's when you gotta strike while the iron's hot. That's when people are interested in seeing it. But if it's already so long after release, it's like, I'm in no rush. And yeah, I am familiar with that. I have seen all the cutscenes of, the Spider-Man 1 and Miles Morales, so I knew that story going into, like, watching all the cutscenes of Spider-Man 2. I do gotta say, it's strange how much they changed Peter's model compared to the original Spider-Man 1, compared to, like, his Miles Morales and Peter Parker versions, and remaster versions. Yes, Spider-Man 1 Peter Parker edition. Oh, man. Indeed, a Reddit woman already teaches children in the library in the city, after all. With her help and insight, I believe I can establish a schoolhouse of some merit. There are really that many kids out there who even want to study? One's right here. Plenty of other kids in town said they want to learn too.
Aw.
Sounds like a great opportunity. Why don't you join them, Law?
Whoa.
Nah, I'm good, thanks. We'll do more than just book learning. I intend to offer exercises to strengthen the body. You seem quite hale and hearty. I'm sure you would receive good marks in such a curriculum. Do 1,000,000 push-ups, and do laps around the colony until your legs explode, or whatever the heck the Colonel said in Xenoblade 1, I don't remember. It's been too long. Think so? If it's just workouts we're talking about, I guess I could give it a shot. Fortunately, the road to my goal is a long one. A building accommodating many children requires materials exceeding the current supply. More people are looking to immigrate to Vicent. We don't even have enough materials for normal homes. Indeed. And we're especially low on Zoogle parts, so I have to gather them. I don't remember if when I started talking to this guy, if this was mandatory or if this was a side quest. These are valuable for teaching the risks and weaknesses of Zoogles, yet I cannot get them. Gather materials. In that case, we can gather the Zoogle parts for you. Having a place where children can learn is important. We should hurry. Truly, you would do that for me. Sure, need them for the kiddies, right? Leave it to us. You have my sincerest thanks. I leave the matter in your capable hands. Alright, yeah, it was a quest thing we're here. Let's see here. Casually knock out a decent house in 1 hour in Minecraft. Yeah, that's fair enough there. Speaking of Zelda, it's hard to imagine how the Zelda live action movie is going to end well, but Nintendo's full of surprises. Yeah. We'll see what happens here. Still think Baldur's Gate 3 is going to win. I wouldn't be surprised. Twitch has an Instagram story now. Yes, and I don't understand the point of it. Nobody goes to Twitch to, like, browse it like a social media platform. People go to Twitch to watch live streams. Like, that's the only thing that people come to Twitch for. You know, nothing else. You know, Twitch could turn itself into a browsable clip platform. Hasn't really done that. Maybe it will branch into that if it wants to make itself more social media. Like, nobody comes to Twitch to watch VODs unless, you know, there was one stream in specific that they really wanted to see. But they're not going to browse random VOD content. People want to browse VOD content, they go to YouTube. That's why I put my VODs on YouTube, you know, because what kind of unhinged maniac browses VODs on Twitch? I still have the option. I always link them in the description of each of my videos, but, you know, there's not a whole lot of people that do it.
A place where children can learn as much as they
people said the plot took a back seat on Spider-Man 2.
Indispensable in this new world.
Maybe that's what I'd feel if I actually played it, or if I watched, like, a full playthrough instead of a cutscene movie or something. But I just watched a cutscene movie, so I wouldn't know. People know that original Peter Parker's first appearance in comics is that he looks a lot like MatPat. Like, it's uncanny how similar they look. Huh. You ever gonna change Peter's looks again? Yeah, better do it one more time for good measure.
So, you like that flower, huh?
The Rose of Unity.
Yeah,
It's
isn't
said to
that,
be a
like,
symbol
part of the
Anna
official
and
art of this
Dana
DLC?
becoming one. Is that why you like it?
It's a flower that's neither Renan nor Danon. I guess it reminds me of myself. And yet, it grows everywhere. How can you be so calm about everything, Elfin?
What? You mean about being the Sovereign?
When I was in Niez... No, not just then. In other places too. I heard that the Blazing Sword is Rena's enemy. Its destroyer. Danons think so too. They look at you differently. Like you're something apart from them. How can you be okay with all that?
It's not like I don't have feelings. Nazimil, are you scared of me?
It's true that together we did overthrow Renan rule. But we didn't do so out of malice, or because we were trying to hurt people. Please believe that.
I do. From the very beginning, when we first met, both of you have tried to help me. The daughter of a lord, half Danon, a test subject? Finding out more about who I am didn't change anything in your eyes. You still protected me without prejudice. It was the first time I experienced that, and it was nice. So because of that, I wanted to say, thank you.
I should be the one thanking you.
Huh?
I didn't want anyone to get unfairly hurt. And when it seemed like they would, I vowed to use all my power to protect them. That's what I've been fighting for. So in the end, hearing your view on things makes it all feel worthwhile. Thank you.
Sure.
We can't always have our actions understood by others, even when we believe we're doing the right thing. What you said is very encouraging.
People tend to judge others based on birth or background rather than what they've actually done. Everyone has their own assumptions. Though the world has changed, people's hearts and minds don't change so easily. Even so,
What should I do? I want to help you, Alphen. I want to be useful. What should I do?
Oh. That's,
Hey, you guys! The room's ready!
right. Got it. Let's go. We can discuss this more later.
Okay.
Well,
You know,
let's head to your room.
that was
You
a
can
nice
stay as
cutscene.
long as you want, Nazamil.
It
No one will bother you here.
felt like the
Right.
pauses, like, between things being said were a little bit long, and that scene was a bit longer than it needed to be.
I
You know,
believe
so it felt
Dohan
kinda
was the
slow.
one who came up with the name.
During the course of that, I checked, like, a job page that my dad sent me in a text. Pulled over this bowl of, like, leftover Halloween candy that's still here because we didn't have a whole lot of kiddos come by this year. And I started munching on some Haribos. Haribo makes, like, these little, like, perfect Halloween candy size little packets of gummy bears. It's awesome. So I started munching on some of those. Had some water. You know, it was a nice little break there. Yeah, it just felt a little bit longer than it probably could have been. Where am I going? It's on the second floor, right? Man, how I wish that there was objective markers that showed, like, which thing you have to go through to get to the place that you need to get to. That's one of my complaints about this game, is, gosh dang it. Right. Wait. No, it it is this way. It's just this one right here. It's so easy to get lost. One of my complaints about this game in general is just the fact that it only shows the objective marker on the map. If you're on, like, the current map layout where the objective marker is present, if you're anywhere else, you know, you have to literally look at the map and piece together the order you have to go through which things to get to where you need to get to, you know. I guess you could say it's a little bit more realistic in that sense, but that's not why I'm here playing a video game. Figure out where I need to go to on the map.
Until we find an official residence for you, this will be your home, Nazamiel.
Guess this is where we say goodbye then. It won't be the same without you.
We'll be sure to stop by when we're in Vicent.
Okay.
Nazamiel, we have something for you.
This is the charm from the ruins?
That's right. The good luck charm you give to someone special.
We all helped fix it up a little.
I know you said you don't have anyone special, but you're special to all of us. We thought this could be a reminder when you need it.
But Really?
Of course. Think of it as a sign of our friendship, and a promise that we'll meet again.
Basically, we're friends now.
Friends. My very own friends. Just like me.
It looks good on you.
Thank you.
We'll see you soon, Nazamiel.
Okay.
Nazamiel left the party. Okay. And yeah, it's pretty odd. It feels like the kind of thing that you'd see in a game like 20 years ago. That would just be the standard thing, you know. But, you know, playing something today, it's like, but why though? I think they blink their eyes in the current panel. Whenever it moves away from, like, a current panel and, you know, it goes into one that's already been seen and here's, like, the new one over here, the previous ones just kind of become frozen in time. I think the present playing ones probably still blink, but I don't really know because I wasn't paying attention to that. But I know that the other ones get frozen after they're through. You could carry the charm. Are you sharing this room with others? There's 2 beds here. You know. So you have lots of reading material and stuff. Pretty cool. Some plants, if they're real. Might not be getting a whole lot of light. I mean, maybe they're the kinds of plants that don't need a whole lot of light. This is a window to outside. Would some natural light come in that way? I mean, I have some plants at work that don't really need a whole lot of light. You know, I keep them away from direct sunlight, and they're still growing like crazy because that's what they're meant for. Is not getting any direct light.
Worked out for Nazamiel.
Yeah.
I think my favorite funky plant that I have right now is this plant that's apparently nicknamed a prayer plant. I forget what the technical term for it is. But during the night, its leaves like go up. They're like flat when I find them in the morning. And then during the day, as there's like light and warmth, the leaves go down and they're almost flat by the time that I go home for the day. It's so weird. It's so funky. I like it. And whenever it makes new leaves, it's not like most plants in that, you know, it just starts developing a tiny leaf that grows bigger and bigger. No, it develops like the full-size leaf, curled up like a roll of paper towel or something like that. It, you know, grows it all the way out, and then once it's done, it unwraps the whole thing, and then you have like a massive leaf there. I've never seen a plant do that before. I think it's the coolest thing. Anyway, so I know that there are plants that, you know, barely need light, and you know, if you just give them indirect light, they'll be the happiest.
Wasn't
So it could just be that.
She's a member of the service
Something along
corps,
those lines,
just
because
like
I know
me.
that's the case with my prayer
If
plant.
she's looking for me, then
That, you know, I've never given that thing direct light because apparently it's not supposed to get it, and it's doing fantastic. But yeah. Wait, the coach chair? I'm seeing this out of context now. Train grounds summary. At the train grounds, you'll fight solo or in a group. Sometimes under special rules, the difficulty is fixed to normal, and items are not allowed. Claim them on your first time and bleeding your time in subsequent tries earns you. Some trials have special rules, as listed below. No rematches for X minutes, cannot be attempted again for this day period.
Means
She's got a problem, huh?
right.
I swear, if you can pay
Let's check there first.
to do it again now, with the real life money, I'm gonna lose my mind.